Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining our webinar on Savanna and Dulini private game reserves. I'm going to keep this brief. I'm going to try and keep it to 20 minutes, which is just an overview of both lodges together. Now, I do the marketing for both lodges. They're both independently owned, but they have the same reservations and share reservations and marketing. So there is a sort of certain amount that they work together, but they are very independent and they are very different. Having said that, they're both of the same wonderful standard that you can actually sell both of them and send people to both places and they will be equally happy. So just so I can keep it short and to the point, and then you've got one reference in one webinar so you can hear about both of them. Because there's quite a few shared things. So starting with Dulini, as I've got the slide up here already, Dulini, you'll see that we have the map of the Kruger, and then in what we call the western sector here is Dulini with the D, and then Savanna you'll see in this bottom in the next part of the slideshow where I show it to you. So Savanna and Dulini border one another. They're both in the western sector. Both of them must stay within their designated area, their game reserve area for the first for their first hour of their game drive, and then they can traverse throughout the western sector with the other lodges as well. Access for both lodges is either flying into Ulusaba airstrip with Federal Air from Johannesburg, or Skukuza Airport and Nelspruit Airport on the scheduled flights, which come in there and then have a raid transfer after that. So both of them very easy. Obviously, the sort of the Skukuza and Nelspruit offer the sort of more can be the most more cost-effective way of doing it, but probably the most convenient is the Ulusaba one, but it is also the more expensive. So moving on, Dulini, we have 6 rooms. All of them are exactly the same, all across this riverbed, views out onto the riverbed. The riverbed is dry for much of the year, but for 3 months of the year, it does actually flow. But this lovely layout, so it works quite well for, very, very popular with couples and honeymooners, but also equally, we can do it exclusive as there are only 12, we only take 12 people or there are 6 rooms. It works very well for exclusive use as well. So this is one room. As you can see, it's absolutely huge. All the rooms are along the riverbed, as I've said, and they've got this lovely canopy of trees. They've got the very peaceful setting, which is amazing for birding, as well as watching the animals. This is one of the refurbs rooms. The Dulini was in the ambience portfolio, and it was rebought by its owners a couple of years ago and has had a full refurb, and it does look incredible, as I'm sure you agree here. And looking at some of these slides, so we've done things like we put in the new fireplace here. We've reintroduced mosquito nets for that sort of romantic feel. The bathrooms have all been completely upgraded. We have replaced all of the loos, the showers, and it's looking beautiful, and all the light fittings, everything. So it's really showing a sort of amazing quality to it since the new owners have bought it. Sorry about the hesitation. My slides were slipping, so I was just buying some time there. So we have some here. We've got the plunge pool. Now, all of our plunge pools are heated, which is very rare in the Sabi Sands. So it means that guests can use them all year round, and it's a beautiful place to sit out and watch the wildlife below. It's a rather misleading slide. The policy at Dulini is that we only have children over the age of 8, so no children under the age of 8 years old. So that's quite important that you know that. At Savanna, we do have an option for them, but I will go and talk about that in greater detail. But this girl obviously is very cute, so she needs to stay in the picture, but she is obviously under the age of 8. Dulini is a 5-star lodge. This picture of them, the dream team with their 5-star accreditation. It's always been 5-star, but they went for the official document. So this is them looking very proud of themselves, quite rightly. The view walking into the lodge as you come in, everyone's greeted with their butler and a glass of drink when they come in. First arrive in the lodge with the first best impressions that you can get. Curio shop we have there. And then also a little bit of trivia for you. Aardvark, the name Dulini means aardvark in the local dialect, so that you all know. This is the lounge area at the lodge. It's huge, double the size of this actually, sort of two ends. We've got beautiful big fireplace, very comfortable, and this lovely veranda looking out over the very, very peaceful gardens where we do a lot of dining. Often antelope wander through here, so it's a very peaceful, beautiful area. We do have a main swimming pool, as well as the plunge pools. We do find that the larger parties use this, but obviously anyone is welcome to do it. And then this beautiful viewing platforms, great to see the game. Take a glass of wine in the evening. It's a very, very special area. For those that feel that they've eaten too much, there is a gym to go and work off any of the excesses. Dulini is, of course, all-inclusive lodge, but we offer our house wines and beers and spirits, but we also do offer premium wines and are very proud of our cellar here. Equally proud of the food. The default value for dining is more private dining, but we do have a lot of communal dining. You'll see I'll show you some examples of where we dine. We like to dine in lots of different places, but the food is absolutely delicious. There's a real focus on the food. It's very important. We've got amazing chefs, and every meal is an absolute delight. So the gym is often needed. But as I said, we dine in lots of different places. We've got the dining lapa here. We also have the boma and garden dining, which is very peaceful, as I said. Very often we've got the antelopes. You can see the viewing bridge in the background, and also bush dining and surprise bush breakfasts and bush dinners and things like that. So there's plenty of variety when people are here about how they dine, who they dine with, and where they dine. So it's lovely. But the most important thing, of course, is about the safari experience. We have got Land Rovers, which we've converted. We have bucket seats, and we've got central consoles, which your guests can put their hats and their gloves and their cameras in. Every client, every guest has got access to a pair of Dulini's binoculars. And we only ever put 6 on a vehicle. So you can see here, this is the maximum that we put people on. So it's a very sort of exclusive and experience. We, of course, offer sundowners. So you can see here beautiful downer spots. But the thing that people always come to, and the Western sector is incredibly well known for, is their game. The game viewing here is second to none. So I'll just click through some amazing images just to make you feel jealous or reminisce and remember about your times in the Sabi Sands. And we also do bushwalks and offer massages in the rooms. And then for peace of mind, an important part, this applies to both Savanna and Dulini. We have got, it's a paramedic, and they are based at Singita, just 20 minutes away. So if anyone's got a problem or a query, then it's very easy for us to get the paramedic in. And it's Savanna Lodge, it's Dulini itself and Savanna that subscribe to it. So people do still need to have their own medical insurance, but it just does keep everyone happy knowing that this is the backup. So that's the end of Dulini. I'm just going to now just swap over onto Savanna. So Savanna, we'll start with a map of Savanna. We have got the western sector again. So you'll recognise the Kruger and then the western sector on the left-hand side here. And of course, Dulini was in the centre there, and Savanna at the bottom. So very easy for access through Newington Gate. Same applies with the access, Skakusa or Nelspruit or into Ulasaba. And then a bit of difference. So the nice thing about Savanna and Dulini is although they're of just absolutely the same sort of standards and they've got the same ethics and ethos and amazing management staff, there's a number of different things about them, which is lovely that there is a bit of a difference and variety. The layout here, you can see that Savanna actually got 3 categories of rooms. The first is the luxury rooms, the entry level. We've got 4 of those. They don't have plunge pools. We then have the 3. We've got the 3 executive rooms, and then the 2 rooms which make up the Savanna suite, the two room Savanna suite. We can sell the Savanna Suite as executive rooms as well. The Savanna Suite, when they take it as a whole, you can take children under the age of 8. That's the advantage of it. It becomes a sort of great family suite, and it's got an interconnecting lounge and dining room area. The most important thing is all rooms offer the same sort of amazing view over water holes, and also all of them have the most amazing service, which is renowned, that Savanna is renowned for. So as I said, each one looks over its own watering hole, and then this shows the Savanna Suite here. So you've got the 2 bedrooms and then the interconnecting lounge dining area. And the Savanna is really well known for being a tenanted lodge, which it is. The only one that isn't is the Savanna Suite, because it's such a massive area. But I'll go on to show you some pictures of the tented rooms, which are really special. But this is the Savanna Suite with its own private plunge pool, and you can see a sort of rather colonial look to it, beautifully decorated, the thatched roofs, huge space, beautiful bathrooms. We've got double inside showers and an outside shower as well. And then in every room regardless of the category that your clients are booked into, everybody gets their own bath run for them after the safari. So when they come back and they're a bit chilly, maybe in May, June, July, they come back in, there's a lovely warm bubble bath with a couple of glasses of sherry beside it. So it's really special. It's a lovely touch that other lodges haven't really managed to perfect in the same way that we have at Savanna. So it's beautiful. And then this is the lounge area. Remember, we take children here, so we have got a television here with DVDs because of the sort of younger children under 8 that we do take in this area. And private dining and private vehicle when you take the Savanna Suite. As I said, children are very important in the Savanna Suite. We offer the Bush Baby activities in the Bush Baby Club, and that depends on the age of the children. We can do everything from maybe baking cupcakes for them, or we can, they're here sort of building dams or collecting frog spawn or tracking or whatever is correct for that age group. So it's nice. They can be very flexible and completely work it towards the family. And then here we have the executive suites, which you can see with the plunge pools. And this is the tented effect that I was talking about. It's absolutely beautiful. You hear the wind in the trees and the rain on the roof, and you can hear the sounds of Africa all around. So it's a really beautiful way to stay on safari, and yet with all the sort of creature comforts. So we've got ceiling fans, and we've also got heating and air conditioning in there. The same huge bathroom, double inside shower and outside shower, and then the bath, which is still run with the sherry, or not run with sherry, but bubble bath that is run, and then a glass of sherry as well. Beautiful area. There's a shot of the outside shower as well. And then the luxury suites, which are a great entry level. I always say it's a 4-star price for a 5-star experience. It doesn't have the plunge pool, but we do have a swimming pool at the main part of the lodge, which is, so, it really doesn't matter if people don't have a plunge pool. It's all available for them during the warmer months to cool down. As you can see, still beautifully decorated in a great space. And then still the bath, which will be filled with bubble bath, the inside shower and the outside showers as well. This is the main lodge area, the bar area, and then sort of dining as well underneath that lapper there. Dining is a very social affair at Savanna, where Dulini we can often, there's a lot of private dining. Here we often offer a lot of communal dining because it is so jolly. It is so, Savanna is all about the atmosphere. It's all about the people. We get so many repeat and referrals. People love it. You become part of the Savanna family. And people don't forget their stays at Savanna. It is definitely a very homely, home from home, incredible service lodge. This shows one of the examples of the sort of dining. You'll dine with the ranger who is looking after their guests. So whilst it's communal, it is also very carefully looked after and sort of guided by the rangers as well. So it works it works beautifully actually. We also have Boma dining as well, and then also lots of different options of bush dining. And also rather fun, the Salati dining experience, which is the Salati line used to run through the Sabi Sands. And when it was decommissioned in 1969, Savanna kept one of the carriages, which actually stayed in the siding for a number of years. And about 4 years ago, it was taken out and given a polish up and totally refurbished. And now we have this amazing experience for the guests. And after they come back from their game drives, we go in and have a 3-course dinner in the dining carriage. and it gets very, very festive, and they tell stories of the Kruger and Days Gone By and of the Salati line and of Savanna, and the Rangers are in there, and it's brilliant. It's a really, really fun evening, and it's just a bit different and shows some variety. So we also offer garden dining, and very importantly, private dining for those that want. Very often we know that honeymoon couples love some private dining, so that can always be organised as well. I don't need to tell you again about how amazing the game viewing is in the Western sector. We're incredibly lucky what we can offer, and we are also incredibly lucky with our guides. A lot of people know Paddy in the centre there, and Neil as well, are incredible photographers, and always put their guests in the best position to be taking the photographs and taking home some amazing memories. Bushwalks, we offer bushwalks. Now, we offer bushwalks at Savanna and Dulini, but if your guests are staying at both lodges for 2 nights at both lodges, we are offering a new experience which is included in the rate. We'll take their bags on, but when they're transferring between the lodges, rather than doing a road transfer or a bush transfer, we're offering a walking transfer. It's about 13 kilometres, and we take about 4 or 5 hours over it and stop for refreshments and make sure that we stop and look at the game and watch the game. So that's a lovely add-on if you decide to stay in both places. And, I think it is good to stay in both Savanna and Dulini. They are a little bit different from one another. They are offering different things in guiding, because you'll have different guides, different ranges at both places. And I do think that they do sort of they do complement each other with what they've got to offer. So especially people that maybe want to do a 4-night safari, they don't want to do 2 different reserves, but don't want to stay in one place. So it works very well for that. We have our curio shop. And also, like Dulini, we have the gym for those people that feel they've eaten too much or drunk too much or haven't taken enough exercise. And we offer and run introduction to wildlife photography courses as well. As I've said, and Paddy and Neil are particularly good at their photography. Paddy's published a book. They're both incredibly talented. So they really do help their guests a huge amount with their photography. We offer massages, facials and nails. But far more importantly, we work very closely. We take our social responsibility very seriously, and we offer. We support this orphanage in the local village. This is Renko, who works with us, lives at Savanna, and works for the Savanna Trust, looking after the orphanage, which many of the guests enjoy going to visit as well. And like Dulini, we have safety as well, the paramedic at Sangita. So that sums up the 2 lodges, Savanna and Dulini. So say they're very different, but equally of the same standard, and you get different things from both, but both are absolutely beautiful, stunning. The rangers, the guiding, the staff, the lodge staff are all second to none. So both places can offer a 5-star experience. So thank you very much for joining me on this webinar. As I've said, please, if you want more information, you can email info@farhorizonsmarketing.com or go to the website www.farhorizonsmarketing.com, and you can download any images, rate cards, fact sheets and things there. Thank you very much for your time.